Manchester United internally are prepared to decide on a new potential bid for Frenkie de Jong. The opening proposal 10 days ago was a verbal one, 60 million plus 10 million euros turned down by Barcelona. They want 85 million euros guaranteed for Frenkie. I always told you about it. But now Manchester United are really considering to improve their bid and to submit a new proposal for Frenkie de Jong. They want him. They are obsessed in a positive way for Frenkie de Jong. I told you many times that is, of course, Erik Ten Hag who wants him, who is trying to push for this deal, but also into the board. They feel that this Frenkie de Jong deal could be a statement more than a signing, would be the message from Manchester United. We are able to find top players even if we are not in Champions League for this season.
Fabrizio Romano there, giving the overview again, which I think has gone unnoticed by a lot of people, is continually played down by a lot of people. Manchester United's desire, want, and determination, of course, to bring in Frenkie de Jong has not waned in any way, shape, or form. There are other claims today out of Barcelona that they expect the departure of Frenkie de Jong to Manchester United, and some of the reasons for the delays are purely financial, that Barcelona are delaying things slightly. But we're going to delve into this in more detail as it's being confirmed by Barcelona sources that Frenkie de Jong will be, in their opinion, a Manchester United player. The new bid is expected or may have already have gone in. We want your thoughts and feelings. Also, an update on the Christian Eriksen situation, because it is getting a little bit convoluted with the different information coming out. But smash the like button, subscribe to the Football Terrace, leave your comments below. Let's do this. As per Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United will be, or it looks like they will be, submitting another bid. This has been verified and confirmed by multiple journalists. Man United feel confident. Man United feel as though they can get this deal done. The Barcelona press, though, have been probably the most consistent in this, the most consistent in their message. Frenkie de Jong is not wanted, not needed, not liked by some and or all of the board at Barcelona. It's always been reported Xavi wants to keep him, but overall, they want to move him on. Man United fans are getting more and more frustrated. Why is this taking so long? The point is to do the research on this. The Barca press, they expect the departure of Frenkie de Jong to Manchester United. We've already seen what Fabrizio has said around it being a very important week for Man United. I expect a new bid to arrive in the coming days. That was on the Here We Go podcast in the last 24 hours. But why the delay? Why is this taking so long? Well, of course, Barcelona want as much money as possible, but why is this? A report here from Sky Sports says that Barcelona's financial problems are holding up the market in several ways. Whilst they wait for negotiation sales of some merchandising and TV rights, they are reluctant to accept any bids for players, including Frenkie de Jong, despite their plight. This is because Barca's spending ratio is expected to reduce to 1-to-1 once their asset sales go through, from 1 to 3, meaning all funds from player sales can then be reinvested. And of course, they've had sign-off now to sell the TV rights and merchandise, but it's all about how long it takes to get that money through. They're doing everything in their power to hold off, so when they sell players, the money can be reinvested into the team. They're still waiting to register the likes of Kesse. They want to complete the signings of people like Lewandowski, and could be about to miss out on Rafinha because of these delays. Of course, Jules Koundé is another target of Barcelona, but they're losing the race because they can't officially sign anybody right now. It's almost a case of cat and mouse. It's a cat and mouse situation that they find themselves in. And they find themselves between a bit of a rock and a hard place. They're chasing their tails around in circles, whatever kind of way you want to describe it. That's what appears to be the holdup here, not their willingness to sell De Jong. De Jong has already agreed personal terms with Manchester United. And I wanted to reiterate this message again. Don't get convoluted in not so much the fan opinion, because fan opinion is important. It's very much what the Football Terrace is about. But don't get bogged down with the banter. United have no pull. United can't do it. The player doesn't want to join. Why are Man United deliberating so long? This isn't a Man United delay. This is a Barcelona delay and situation. The bit that's become frustrating for me is how that element is consistently ignored. You share it, you show people the news, and still the narrative is the other way around. But Man United are pushing hard and they're looking to get this deal done. Now, what's also interesting here is the Christian Eriksen situation. It says United have stepped in to offer an opportunity to play for Eriksen to play at Old Trafford next season. They hope that Ten Hag's relationship with the player will help them persuade him to move. That is from Hurst. And of course, from Gary Jacob. Gary Jacob has been absolutely on fire this transfer window. This has been backed up by Simon Stone, of all people, who's very credible in the Man United world, that says United hope to persuade Eriksen to join them before the new season. It is thought the 30-year-old would prefer to remain in London, but a deal has not been agreed with either club, giving United the chance to make an offer. Now, the Christian Eriksen news is an interesting one because it continues to frustrate. Of course, Jamie Jackson has come out from The Guardian that Man United have been rejected. So lo and behold, that news trends a lot more than what Alistair Gold, Simon Stone, Hurst, Gary Jacobs, Ben Jacobs, Dean Jones. Like, there's so many more journalists from a credible space talking about the decision hasn't been made yet. Some terms have been agreed. The player's open to joining Manchester United. Staying in London is no longer a priority. Champions League football isn't a deal breaker. This has all been reported on. But one report saying he's rejected Man United, and it's absolute meltdowns again. Rejection FC. Of course, you expect this from rivals. Why would you not? That's a rival's job. But Manchester United fans, it's either a propensity for negativity and, I want to hold on to the negative news because they get more traction, or they're not reading the stories. They're not listening to and researching what the vast majority of journalists are saying. That could be what the issue is here. Maybe they only follow one or two journalists and they go by what they say. Maybe they only read The Guardian and they only follow Jamie Jackson and they're going by his news. But as far as I'm aware, with journalists that I've spoken to, articles that I've read, stories that I've listened to, Man United are still in this race. Man United are officially the favourites as it stands right now to sign him. That's with the vast majority of bookmakers across the country. The money is being put on him becoming a Manchester United player. Tottenham are distancing themselves from the situation. Now, some fan bases have this weird notion of clubs distance themselves because they feel that they've won the race and they go and work on other deals while because Eriksen's a sure thing. We don't need to work on him. We don't need to get the deal done now because he's definitely going to say yes to us. He only wants to come here. We can go and work on other deals. That, for me, has to be the most ludicrous thought process I've ever heard and fan theory ever suggested. So you were going to run the risk of a rival stepping in for a player that you think's guaranteed as opposed to just getting him over the line. Unless there is a knock-on effect you're worried about, it's a deal that would escalate all prices of other transfers. There is almost zero logic to it. If there's no competition for a player, why wait for any to arrive? I do not believe in a month of Sundays that any top-level, well-run football club would do that. So why are Tottenham distancing themselves? They either don't want the player or he's signaling to them that Manchester United's offer's better. Clubs don't like to be publicly rejected, or they're just not interested in buying him now. They are focusing on other areas, not because he's a sure thing and a guarantee, but they've just changed their mind. The fluidity of the transfer market happens again. We're seeing this right now with news coming out about Yuri Tielemans. Just over a week ago, when Fabio Vieira signed, Arsenal briefed the press that they're still in for Yuri Tillemans. There is no expectation for them to move away. 4 or 5 days later, the interest has cooled. They're not quite stating they've 100% walked away, but they've cooled the interest. That's the report. Doesn't mean it's true. It's just what's being reported at this moment in time. Personal terms are no problem with Yuri Tillemans either. But things change. Maybe there's something else on the horizon now. Maybe Arsenal, maybe it's the Yuri Tillemans money they're going to put into Rafinha. They're going to put it into Rafinha, which they weren't expecting to, but they just see him as too much of a star-studded player to pass up this opportunity on. So they've got Fabio Vieira coming in. They'll keep Granit Xhaka for another year. They've got some youngsters to bleed through. That's enough. We can reinvest in the midfield the following year, but there may not be another Rafinha available for around 50-odd million pounds. So we've got to strike while the iron is hot. All these things are plausible. All these things are feasible. But one thing that is for sure right now is that there is no final decision from Christian Eriksen. He may have agreed terms with a number of clubs. He may be deliberating between 2 or 3 places to go and play his football. But a final decision has not been made as things stand by now. How do I come to that conclusion? The sheer weight of reports in one direction as opposed to the other. But I want your thoughts and feelings on today's news surrounding this. Where do you think Christian Eriksen is going to end up? And on Frenkie de Jong, the Barca press keeps saying he's going to be a Manchester United player. The Barca press and the Spanish news outlets are talking about the financial situation not being the reason they're selling de Jong, but being the reason that it's being slowed down. When do you think this deal will happen, if you indeed think it will get over the line? Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the Football Terrace. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you.